Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Spartans will put toe to leather and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Texas's offense will take the field first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Catch in the middle, it's Bennett. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, take everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
Boom. Now the play fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Longhorns will punt this one away. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. So Michigan State's offense will go to work for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front, because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks. It's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Catch in the middle, it's Roberts. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Spartans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll do it himself. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Osborne. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. 1 looking to fire. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. They'll try the run. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration out front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And it's good from 58 yards out. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Daniels. Breaks into the open. And they finally get him down. Before he's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Swings it out to his running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for a man, it's Bachmeier. Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got a man. It's Gore. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Roberts. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan State has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Didn't get much. Picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. The Spartans will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. Here comes the Texas offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. They'll toss it to the left. Turning it on. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the... And he's slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Osborne. Gets it to him on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up in the 28.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Here's the pressure. And the Spartans will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
With the catch, it's Bennett. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big CUSA matchup for you. Louisiana Tech was far from the friendly confines of Ruston, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where CUSA is right now, and man, what a difference.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Here's the handoff. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Boards up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Spartans will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes the catch at the 35. Makes a move. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Pressure coming. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. Sparty's defensive front is dominating. They have a great history of doing that.
Yeah, getting after the quarterback, man. Getting off the football, getting upfield, being disruptive, being a great defense that can stop the run and find the quarterback. Man, that's what you'd like to see.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it past the marker. The tag. Touchdown, Longhorn. He got a step and just dusted the field. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before half. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to pass. It's Osborne. Throws to the tight end. Hauls it in. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake. Now to throw. It's caught.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Gonna look downfield again. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going downfield for the big play. Snags it on the right. Off to the races. Touchdown, Sparty. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
First down here for the offense. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Under fire. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Still running at the 40. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Snagged in the middle, it's Terry. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
PAT unit on the field. And he donked it off the right upright. Two-yard drive there, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
And the Longhorns are flying down the field. The give to the tailback. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Going for the big play. Touchdown Longhorns! And the pummeling has started.
Aggressive, 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 man. This offense does not want to waste any time. They try to score quickly. 3 passing touchdowns in this game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 20.
There he goes. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous having They use the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Looking to throw, it's Osborne. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Working well. And the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Connection to the right. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. And the Spartans will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit the...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground, and now getting him behind the sticks.
He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it up to 12. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Spartans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He's got it on the run. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh rush set with 1st and goal.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlight.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
To the air, it's Bachmeier. Quarterback extends the play. Makes the catch. It's Bennett. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Plays are going to break down, but that never seems to affect this quarterback. He's so athletic and so fast. He's able to avoid the pass rush, get himself up.
He's loose. He's at the and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas!
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing. Rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets...
And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the ground with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because...
Lofts one high and deep. Can't connect on his first throw.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Texas offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead, and now when you know it's a running situation later...
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Off play action on first down. Going over the top. And they can't make make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll keep it himself. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. And the Spartans come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Back to pass, it's locked. Here's a hit. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And here comes the punt team. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Toss to the left. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. He'll be forced out of bounds, and they're showing confidence in their running game in the red zone. And the Longhorns trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to barge in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
Bad news for the defense. They gave up a 1st down on a scramble. Good news, though, they got a lick on that quarterback. That is a dream shot for anybody on defense. So, yeah, you might have made a good play individually. Good job, bud. Attaboy. You might get a helmet sticker for that, but you're also going to be in the ice bath after the game.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Rushes on him. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
To the air, it's locked. Trying to beat the D deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Spartans will send out the punt unit. throws it in, looking for space. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse. Turning it on! And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. The Longhorns, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the air. It's locked. Under fire. He's going to run it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Finds his big tight end. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.